You agree?
Yeah, it always seems bad. You get to that point. Wasn't that us in the Super Bowl? I think it can't.
Yeah.
I mean, so who wins the coin toss? That's it.
Yeah.
You can march down, kick a field goal, and walk it off.
That could be it. Yeah.
So.
That was a little strange.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So fix that. Yeah, good fix.
Yeah.
Good fix. Hey, here's a look at the radar shot out there. Nothing happening right now, but Thursday morning a different story. And this time tomorrow night we'll be watching those storms coming through Alabama. Hopefully not a big deal for those folks, but they are in a pretty stout risk category for severe weather for tomorrow and through the day afternoon. It's going to be during the heat of the day. Now, you know how these things work. I mean, they're going to fire regardless, even in the dark here as we're seeing out in the plains. But once you get that heat of the day, and we've seen plenty of that this week, and we're going to see a lot more of it tomorrow with mid-80s, this is going to be a hot zone right through here. So here comes the storms. I've got the map zoomed out so you can see everybody. There's nothing going on here. Nothing to see here, just partly to mostly cloudy and warm. Here goes tomorrow night, starting to roll through Mississippi into Alabama. We're still quiet here, windy though. And then as we get into around, I'm going to say maybe 2 or 3 o'clock, somewhere from Atlanta back down to between Montgomery and Columbus. And for us, northwestern counties, maybe knocking on the door around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning Thursday. So again, this is one of these systems where not a lot of thunderstorm energy necessarily for big towering thunderstorms, but there could be some wind coming out of these, and you have to watch for a little bit of rotation. I do think this is going to be another one of these waves that we've seen that we get lucky on again because of the time of day it's coming in, which is irritating being in the early morning before sunrise. But it's because of this, it's going to be weaker, it looks like. It's something we're still going to watch definitely very closely, but I'm expecting mainly pockets of heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds. But most of the wind that we have from this is going to be prefrontal. It's going to be this stuff coming from the south before this ever gets here. So you'll see the majority of the wind gusts through the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. By 8, 9 o'clock, most of this is sliding into our eastern counties, and by lunchtime, maybe our southeastern counties still dealing with a little bit of it, but then clearing as we go on through the day, and that'll do it. Smooth sailing for the rest of Thursday. Friday looks great as well. Now, let's back up and talk about that storm threat for tomorrow. Again, as I talked about at the top of the show, you don't normally see a 4. The next one's 5, and that's it. But if you're going to see it, it's probably going to be this time of year in the spring. So a pretty big red area over here. Then it drops to a 3, a 2, and a 1. It's a little bit misleading because this tapers into the end of the event moving into our area. But then as we go into Thursday morning, we do pick up with a level 2. But this is kind of a standard severe weather thing to have the yellow and the green, a 1 and a 2. So that's just kind of means let's keep an eye on it. Maybe some gusty winds, something like that. How about tornado potential? Where this scale I've showed you before, you want to be on the lower end. You definitely don't want to be this way. But you can see the color picking up a little bit more as you get into definitely toward Mobile here and then spreading across. All right, so this is about 2 in the morning, late tomorrow night into Thursday morning. Notice how it's still kind of calling for things to kind of fall apart in that regard for us. I still think we could maybe have some pockets of some gusty winds, heavy rain, but and we'll keep an eye on that, but I'm not expecting a big deal out of that. All right, so but this is interesting. As we go through the day tomorrow, these are your wind gusts during the day and to the evening tomorrow night. 35 to 40 mile an hour gusts coming out of the south. Don't think that's a thunderstorm or anything. That's just the fetch coming in from the Gulf before the storms come in. Notice how calm it is right when the storms come through. It's windy before they get here, and then it calms down. We may see a little breeze wrapping around as we go into Thursday later, but most of the wind will be what we have tomorrow. But it'll be a warm breeze in the mid-80s, and then as we go into, again, Thursday morning, I have the word storms. It may be rain with some wind coming through, and know that we'll watch it, and we'll have more details on that through the day tomorrow. April comes in with a fantastic plan. It says, let's start with a sunny weekend in the 70s, and I